Hey y'all, it's Chris here for another Daily Gab. Today is Monday, August 6th, 2018. And it's actually not too bad of a day today. It's been a little, I was going to say cloudy, but we'll call it hazy because of the smoke. But, and I know the fires are still going and all that kind of stuff. And of course, it sucks. I mean, somebody actually posted a very interesting post the other day. They posted a picture in Yuba City, and kind of of the ground plus the clouds, or plus the sky, and it was of course all hazy and smoky. And then less than an hour away, they were down in Sacramento and did the same thing. It was clear as a bell. Now, of course, Sacramento gets a little bit more of the delta breezes than we do up here, so that may have been a contributing factor to it being clearer up there. But either way, it was clear, and I found it interesting. But so I mean, the thing is, we're dealing with the fires now, and then it's only going to be a few more months, and then all of a sudden it's going to be like, oh my God, will it ever stop raining? So I mean, we know we're going to be dealing with that next, and and the different things that come along with that, like levee issues and flooding and all that kind of stuff, and it's like, can we just get a whole year, maybe two, of just nothing? Just so we can all relax, no fires, no really crazy super hot summers, no really rainy winters, just, enough rain to do what it needs to do, that we have enough water for the farms, we have enough snowpack to keep the lakes full for people to use, and that's all we need. We don't need all the excess. Wishful thinking, huh? So yeah, so I'm just sitting here today. We ran out this morning, did a few things, waiting on Lowe's to call me and let me know my table has come in so I can go pick that up. Although I'm not really prepared to put it up yet. I got a little work to do here before I can do that. I've got to get some tables. I've got a glass table now. It's a smaller one. I think I'm going to take it out and put it next to my grill to give me like a space to put things while I'm grilling. Then I've got this little table, it's a little black fold-up table that I was using, that I was going to use for another project, but I may just fold it up and put it away for now. Then I've got my fire pit table that I got to move, and I think I'm just going to try and stick it into one corner because I don't want to move it too far away, and then I got some other stuff to move around, and then I can hopefully get that new table and get it in here and get it all set up. That'll be nice. It'll be nice to have a slightly bigger table so that when we're here eating, it's a little more comfortable, a little bit nicer space to sit. I mean, I think as the weather starts to cool down, we may use this space more often until it gets too cold for my wife to be out here, but and if that happens, then that's where, we got to I'm going to try and get the kid to help me out next time he's over to put the privacy screen up. We got to do some work on the mosquito netting to straighten it out a little bit and then put the privacy screen up. That way, I think if I was able to if I were closing that all the way around, I think right now, honestly, with the heat going in here, although there's a vent at the top of the canopy, I think it would heat this space up pretty good. But then at the same time, if I need to, I'll get power out here for her in some way and put a heater out here so she can stay warm. And I've got I've got one of those propane heaters too. The kind you put it on, you put the little heater on top of the propane thing and hook it up, and it's got the two little like burners on the front of it. And that thing actually works pretty well. We've used it for some stuff with the high school band when we were doing some different things during the winter when the kids were freezing to death. So yeah, I mean, we may be able to pull that out here. Maybe I'll just get a new heater of some kind to put out here, but yeah, so we'll definitely get some heat out here for my wife because, I mean, I want her to be warm when we're sitting out here. But I just think that, I think honestly we could enjoy this space even throughout the winter. So I'm hoping to do that. But so today we ran over to Sam's Club, and one of our members of the It's Yuba City page works over there and said, hey, bring them by, let us look at them to see if they could straighten them out and fix them. Well, she was not at work yet. And the other person there, I was not too keen on them. But just kind of the way they spoke to me about it. So, we left there, we went over to Walmart, because that's where I originally got my glasses at. And so we went over there, and the girl who helped us was a girl who helped us before, who was useless in my opinion. She kind of gave us the same attitude that she did last time. My wife did not like her. So my wife, she says, "Give me your glasses." I'm like, "Look, they said they don't have the frame. Don't worry about it." And well, she had to go do her thing and look anyway. And so then another lady came up to help her, who was great. This lady was really, really nice. My wife liked her. And she said, "Well, we don't have this frame. We really don't have one close enough." Well, I was like, "Fine." So she starts to try, and I stepped on them one day and kind of bent them up a little bit. And she starts playing with them, trying to straighten them out. And the lady goes, "You want me to do that?" Yeah, because that's what they do. They know how to fix that stuff. And she goes, "Oh yeah, it'd be great." So my wife got them. My wife got the lady to straighten them out, and they're actually in pretty good shape now. I'm wearing them. One lens is missing because I forgot to. I didn't grab it off the floor when I dropped them on the floor. It's funny. I dropped them on the floor, knocked them off my desk. I stepped on them, bent them all up. Well, then the one lens, I didn't pick it up, it's still sitting there. So the lady tightened it down so much that we can't just pop the lens in. So I got to go find my little eyeglass kit screwdrivers to take it apart so we can put the other lens in. I told my wife, I said, "Let's just paint the lens black. It's the one I don't use anyway because I don't see out of that eye. Just paint it black and have some fun with it, or maybe paint some kind of cool design on it or something. I don't know. Maybe I can find a sticker to put over it. What I'd like to do is get me a little One Eye Blind Media sticker to stick there, but oh well. But either way, the glasses are fixed now. I mean, for the most part, I can see. They're a little bit more comfortable prescription than the other pair I was wearing. Although I had to wear those for the entire time we were on the East Coast because I broke these. So they're pretty comfortable. And, and I'm dealing with them, and we'll get the other lens in when we can. I mean, it's funny, I don't see out of one eye, and that lens doesn't matter for that one eye, but then I do see out of it just a smidgen up in the upper right-hand corner. So for peripheral vision, and then just overall vision from both eyes, it does help if I have a lens in there. So it kind of helps the other eye adjust a little bit. And speaking of that, it's funny because I kept making the joke with my retina specialist a little bit and my eye surgeon. I kind of made the joke with him like, "Hey, does this mean I can get me a card now because I got the glaucoma? I can, get me some, I can roll up a fatty." And they're like, "No, that's not good for you, blah, 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 blah." And they're like, "No, you're not going to do that. No, you don't have glaucoma, blah, blah." And of course, it was just all making jokes. Well, then I got to doing some research on CBD oil and the different things that it helps and what it can affect. And it actually can help my eyes from what I'm reading on it so far. Now, I'm going to make a couple phone calls to, eye surgeons and retina specialists, that kind of stuff, to verify it. But from what I'm understanding right now with CBD, there's actually a lot of benefits to it. So I've got a friend who is a distributor. Well, I mean, she's or whatever you want to call her. She works through a company. And it's not overly expensive. I mean, like, it's 500 milligram drops. And I think I'm supposed to do, like, of that, 2 drops a day, something like that, or 2 drops in the morning or whatever. And it's like a 30-day supply, and it's like $69. Well, if I look at that compared to what I pay for my meds, which I have to go get at a pharmacy now, well, that's far more. I paid double that today just for 4 meds today. So, if it's costing me more to get meds, then why not look at CBD to see if maybe it'll help some of these things that the meds are for. Maybe I can stop taking the meds. And then the friend and her husband both use the oil, and they say it's phenomenal for them. They actually even use it for their pets because a couple of their dogs have some issues that need it for it. And I'm thinking, you know what? It's not manufactured in a plant. It's not manufactured in a lab or a warehouse or anything like that. It comes from nature when you really think about it. You don't have the THC and all that kind of stuff in it, but I'm thinking, you know what? it's either going to help or it's going to hurt. So I try it out and see what happens, right? So I think I'm going to order some today and give it a try. You know, I figure it's either going to be good or going to be bad, and whichever way it goes, well, it's the way it goes. I mean, let's say it's all good. Let's say it does a lot of good things. All of a sudden I'm sleeping better. I have better energy. It helps me with the effects of my stroke. It helps me with the effects of my eyes. It helps me lower my blood sugar, or it helps me whatever it does, great. And if it doesn't, then I'm back in the boat I was already in, right? I mean, worst case scenario, I try it out and it doesn't work, and all of a sudden I'm dead one day. Well, you got to be dead one day anyway. So I figure, why not give it a try, right? So I am going to try it, and of course I'll try to keep you guys updated on that. Speaking of stuff that I keep messing with, so I'm doing this daily. I'm calling it the Daily Gab now. I've got to find a better name. I think that name sucks. So if you guys have any ideas, please comment with an idea. If you give me the idea and I like it, you'll get credit for it. I promise. But there won't be any money for it because I ain't getting paid to do this either. But I am looking for a better name. But I mean, in doing this is kind of fun actually, just to be able to sit down and kind of just blurt out whatever I want to blurt out and talk about whatever I want to talk about. It's kind of I guess it's in a way you could say it's a little therapeutic. I would love to eventually get this thing together where I could sit down with other people and we could have a conversation or an interview or whatever. I mean, I do have the equipment and the ability to do that. I just need to do it. You know what I mean? And so I got a couple pieces of equipment. I actually need to get somebody with me so I can test it too, which I may try and do, sometime this week. I'll just, it's like to hook up my wireless lavaliers, where I'm wearing one and my wife's wearing one, and then I hook it up into this device that allows me to bring two signals in, and then come out into one signal, and then into my Zoom H1 recorder or to my Tascam field recorder. Plus my Tascam field recorder, I can use my XLR mics on, and I need to get some stands for those. I don't have mic stands for those yet, but I need to get some. That way we can try some different things, and I can do some interviews or whatever, which I think could be a lot of fun on here. Now, yesterday, being Sunday, I did do this as a video, which I thought about doing that more often, where I would always do it as a video. And, excuse me, now, it was not very well produced, I know that. I mean, the video is up and running, but it came out okay, but I didn't feel like doing a whole lot to it. I really need to step it up if I'm going to do it as a video versus audio over a static image, which is how most podcasts are anyway. So, I don't know, maybe I'll get you guys' thoughts on that. Do you think I should do it as a video once a week, or should I do it as a video more often? Because it's not going to be like a Facebook Live. People can't comment live while I'm talking, so it throws me off and gets me going in 18 different directions. People can only comment after the fact, which I like. Because then, if somebody says, well, hey, what about this? Then I can respond to it in the comment, or I can respond to it in the next day's show if I want to. And, and like I said, it is therapeutic a little bit, I think. Allows me the opportunity to just kind of get stuff off my chest as I need to get it off my chest. And I think it's kind of fun. So, now if you guys think I should be doing it as a video more often, fine, then let me know in the comments. I don't have a problem doing it as a video. I do have all the equipment to do it. Now, I will have to do one thing, though. Yesterday's video, because I did this for about 30 minutes, the camera that I was using only records for like 15 minutes and 22 seconds, and then it shuts down and you have to restart it. It's a built-in mechanism in some of these cameras to not damage some of the inner workings, so it cuts down the amount of time. And that's because, you know, they're DSLRs. They're not really made for video. But then I do have what's a regular video camera that I could use, or I could even use a GoPro and do this. Now, depending on the GoPro that I use, one of them does not have a microphone input. And as far as I know, there's no adapter for it. The other one that I have has an adapter, it's a mini USB port, not like the little micros like, you know, it's used on phones, but it's more like the old BlackBerry type. It's kind of a little bit bigger, but it's still small. Well, I have an adapter that plugs into there, and then it's got a 3.5 millimeter coming out, so that I can hook a microphone up to it so we get better audio, which I think is important for a video. So that's something I'm going to have to think about too, is you know, using maybe the GoPro, or, you know, using, well, I might just start using my other video camera. It's I actually have two different ones. I have a little Samsung like camcorder. You know, it's just like the little one you go to buy that you might, you know, stand there with your kid who's in 5th grade and they're doing their Christmas program and you record it. But then I also have my Canon that's a little bit more of a professional camera. It's not the one I want now. The one I want is a little expensive. I'm hoping to get it one day. But so yeah, I'll probably put that together too. Maybe I'll start using that camera, and then I'll do the video one through there, because it'll just record until I stop it instead of just stopping by itself. Something else I wanted to talk about, and somebody mentioned this to me. That's why I want to talk about it. Somebody asked me about, hey man, why don't you set up a donate button on your Facebook page or wherever, so because you do so much stuff for free, maybe people can start donating to you to, you know, kind of offset some of your costs and help you replace equipment when it breaks. Like I just replaced one broken microphone, and I've got another one to replace now. Actually, I got to call the company today and see if I can get just the piece that's broken replaced, or if I might have to buy a whole new microphone, which if I have to buy a whole new microphone, that's not a big deal. But I started thinking about it. I'm like, well, I can't do that, because for Facebook, you have to have a nonprofit. You have to be a nonprofit. And I don't trust GoFundMe. I've heard too many horror stories about things that GoFundMe does. And yeah, so I don't want to do any of that either. And I thought, well, I do have PayPal, and I do have a PayPal Me link, which means people can pay me through PayPal. So I've shared the link on my pages, and I'll share them again. Just saying, hey, you know, if you're so inclined that you want to donate to the cause of what I'm doing here, feel free. Just use this link, and you can send me, you know, whatever amount of money you want to send, whether it be $1 or $1,000. You know, it doesn't matter to me, but you can contribute to the cause and what I'm doing here just by using that link. So I think I'm going to try that, and then I'm going to start working on, if that excuse me, if that were to take off, and let's say I were able to get a few bucks and I got my equipment taken care of, then I'm thinking I might start looking at some swag. You know, I might look at getting some t-shirts, hats, you know, wristbands, you know, whatever, keychains, whatever, that kind of stuff. Maybe I'll start doing, which I've been thinking about getting a bunch of the little 4 gigabyte thumb drives done with my logo and stuff on them. I'd love to get one in the shape of my logo, but that'll be expensive. But yeah, so I might start doing some of that kind of stuff. So I have swag that I can sell, and I can set up a little store on my website where I can sell that stuff. You know, I mean, I got to figure out all the details and the ins and outs and all that kind of junk, but because of course, if I'm going to do it, I want to make sure it's done right. I want to make sure I'm, you know, meeting all the requirements I'm supposed to meet as far as taxes and shipping fees and, you know, and shipping itself. I mean, I don't exactly have a shipping department, but that doesn't mean I can't, you know, set things up where I can ship it, or set things up where, you know, I can have the materials made and then they are made to order and then they ship or whatever. And so it's definitely something to think about. But and then I'm going to try and start doing some other things too, like affiliate links on my website, on my Facebook page, on my YouTube channel, whatever, so that people know, hey, go in and click that link, and if you go and purchase this item, well, then I might make $1 or $2 off of it. I'm not looking to get rich by any means because I know I'm not going to. It's definitely not a deal of getting rich off of talent, because if I was going to get rich off of talent, and that means I would be talented, that means I'd probably be making money already. But so it's just, just a way to, I guess, kind of supplement the fixed income that I'm on now since the stroke, because I had to retire with a disability. And and the retirement's not great. I didn't have enough years in. Plus, I didn't make a lot of money when I was working in local government. Unfortunately, I was one of those people who was not in those $80,000 to $180,000 brackets of pay. I was under 50,000. So I mean, it was, so yeah, I wasn't making that much money, and so the retirement's not great, and then the Social Security's not great either. But I mean, it's enough to live off of. But I mean, still, it'd be nice to know that I can, make $1 or $2 here and there to kind of supplement that, to help out with little things as I needed to help out with. But either way, I'll probably share something with this, and I'll share something, in some other places, and then if you guys are so inclined, then feel free. I'm not asking for it. I'm just saying if you feel like it. People have asked me to give them a link somewhere that they can do that if they want to. Well, then there's where it'll be. Let's see. I got about 8 minutes here. What else is going on? Let's see. It's pretty quiet. Oh, today is Monday the 6th. As I said, tomorrow, Tuesday. I hope I remember to do one of these tomorrow. Tomorrow I've got to focus on Brandon Barnes along with Jason Banks and somebody else. I don't remember who the other person is. They're doing a big block party deal for National Night Out up in Live Oak. And Brandon contacted me back when I was on the East Coast about possibly coming up and doing some filming, maybe some Facebook Live with it, that kind of thing, which I'll probably go up and do that. I mean, I think he's a good guy, and he did call me and ask me personally. So I'll probably be up doing that tomorrow night. I don't know what. I think they start about 7. I might head up there about that time. Do some stuff, just kind of filming what's going on, let people see it, let Brandon talk to you guys, kind of some various things, but that should be fun. Now, I know my wife today, she has a thing she's going to for Mary Kay, so I'm probably, I debated going with her, but I think I'm just going to stay here at the house. I'm going to work on a few things and let her go have some fun and chill and hang out with the ladies. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't mind being in a room full of women, but, probably best I don't go and just let her do her thing, and I'll see if she'll take me at least to get some food before she goes, but so yeah, I'm just gonna kind of hang out. I don't know about anything on Wednesday. I know Thursday, the 9th is going to be, I think it starts at 7. Is going to be the Yuba-Sutter Political Spotlight opening up their Republican Central headquarters or whatever it is over here on Bridge Street. So I'm hoping to make it over to that, and I'm hoping to go over there to not so much do video, but I think I want to do photo. And I mean, I'm going to do photo with the thing for Brandon too. I want to get photos. I mean, the video stuff will be fun, and I'll try to set some stuff up. I might even try and set my camera up so that I can do a live while I'm shooting, but I don't know yet. But either way, and then I don't know that I'll do too much video. I need to talk with the Spotlight folks and see if they want video or if they want something else. I mean, I was doing stuff for them that they've now figured out how to do, so it might be something where I'm not really needed by them anymore, and they'll start doing it themselves. But I mean, I still might come over and take photos and stuff. I think that could be fun. We're going to have a lot of the candidates over there for this thing. I know David Shaw plans on being there. I believe Mark Boomgarden. And then we're going to have, I can't remember how his name is said. I think it's Mark Muser, something like that, with, I think he's running for what, Secretary of State. And then there's another guy, I don't remember his name at all. I do know it's Greek. And I think Greek names are cool, but I don't remember his name. He is running for state something or another. They're going to be rolling into that thing tomorrow on Thursday evening too. They're actually doing it by bicycle. They're coming from Grass Valley area, so it's should be a little easier for them. It's mostly a downhill ride, but I know they're stopping at some things in Marysville, and then they're stopping by there. And so I think it'll be a good time. I think there'll be a lot of good people, and it'll be a lot of fun. And so I encourage you to come over and check it out. I'm pretty sure they'll have, some kind of food, probably some kind of drink. And I think they might even be doing a dry run of their Monte Carlo night, which is really kind of a cool idea, so that it can become a fundraiser for the candidates that they support. Now, not every candidate's going to get that opportunity, because they're not going to support every candidate. Because if you support, kind of like with It's Yuba City and More, and with One Eye Blind Media, we don't, from those two sides, we don't support any one candidate. We basically want all the candidates to get the same opportunity to say whatever they need to say to the people. And we are kind of, I hate using the term, but we're fair and balanced in that way. We don't take sides. We just basically give you 100% of what's going on, and then you make your decisions from there. We don't feel like we're supposed to skew you one way or the other. That's not my job. My job is not to, go and do something and then come back and edit it so that you think one way or the other, like, oh, well, this is good and that's bad. My job is to give you both sides, good and bad. Whether I feel like it's good or bad doesn't matter. My job is to give you the whole thing. Then you decide what's good and what's bad for your personal way of doing things, or your personal feelings, or what kind of maybe aligns with your moral compass, and what aligns with your family values, and that kind of stuff. So I'm definitely not one of those people who likes to skew it one way or the other like the media does. That's why I don't classify myself as media as much, because I'm not like mainstream media. I'm not going to do that. If I see two sides of something going on, well, I'm not going to edit it to give you only one side. I'm going to give you both, and then you are intelligent enough, you can make your own decisions. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the deal for today. We've only got a couple minutes left here, so I should probably start winding this down. I do appreciate everybody who checks these out on the YouTube channel for One Eye Blind Media. Because that's where they do get posted. I'm trying to push One Eye Blind Media more, because that's the company I want to build. The It's Yuba City and More is still a fun project for me to continue doing, and I enjoy having the folks involved in that, but I really want to get One Eye Blind Media going. So let your friends know. Always like this stuff, share, comment, give it a thumbs up. If you do subscribe to the YouTube channel, make sure you hit that little notification bell next to the subscribe button. That'll let you know when I post something. Like I said, we love comments, so feel free to comment. We don't always respond to every comment, but I do try to respond when I can. And then, of course, on the Facebook pages, One Eye Blind Media, It's Yuba City and More, Yuba-Sutter Music Scene, Yuba-Sutter Foodies, the Yuba-Sutter Business to Business Network. Go check those out. Give them a like, give them a follow. You can check us out on Twitter for It's Yuba City and More and One Eye Blind Media. You can also check out Instagram, because we're One Eye Blind Media on Instagram. It's just the Twitter and the Instagram and the Facebook are all with the number 1 and then Eye Blind Media, where YouTube is the word one, O-N-E, Eye Blind Media. So thank you guys for listening. I do appreciate it. And hopefully all goes well, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. So everybody have yourself a good week or a good day.